Eventually, a newcomer came to the town, Anthony Kenneth Bishop, a ghost hunter, traveller and priest of the paranormal. He heard of what had happened in the small town and was very curious. So he started asking around the local people in the area of what had happened, but nobody wanted to say anything until one elderly woman named Agnes, who lived on the outskirts of town, mustered up the courage to speak with Anthony Kenneth Bishop. Agnes was known in the community for her knowledge of local folklore and legends, and she had always been fascinated by the paranormal herself. As Anthony approached her humble cottage, he could sense an aura of mystery surrounding the old woman. Agnes welcomed him warmly, offering a seat and some tea. She began cautiously, "I've heard you're investigating the strange happenings in our town. It's a dangerous path you're treading, young man." Anthony nodded. "I understand the risks, but I've dealt with the supernatural for years. I'm here to help, to bring closure to this strange case." Agnes hesitated for a moment before continuing. "The night Jack was found dead at the bottom of the stairs, I saw something peculiar. I was awake as usual, watching the stars from my window when I saw a shadowy figure creeping around his house." Anthony leaned in, intrigued. "What did this figure look like?" "It was tall and slender, with glowing eyes that pierced through the darkness. It moved with unnatural speed, disappearing and reappearing as if it was gliding through the air," Agnes described, her voice shaking slightly. "I've seen many strange things in my long life, but that was the most chilling sight I've ever encountered." Anthony's interest intensified. "Did you recognize this figure? Have you seen it before?" Agnes hesitated, as if contemplating whether to reveal more. Finally she sighed and said, "I've seen similar apparitions in the past, but never in our town. These spectres are known as shadow walkers. They are ancient entities that are said to traverse between the realms of the living and the dead. They are neither ghosts nor demons, but something far more enigmatic." As Anthony absorbed this information, he asked, "Do you think the shadow walker could be connected to Jack's death?" Agnes nodded solemnly. "It's possible. They are known to be drawn to places of intense emotional energy and unfulfilled desires. Jack's sudden demise might have triggered their interest, leading them to manifest in our town." Determined to understand more, Anthony probed further. "How do you suggest we deal with these shadow walkers?" Agnes replied, "If my suspicions are correct, confronting them directly is risky. They feed on fear and despair, and they can manipulate minds and emotions. I would advise you to consult with others who possess knowledge of ancient rituals and protective charms. There might be a way to ward them off or banish them back to their realm." Thanking Agnes for her invaluable insight, Anthony left the cottage with a mix of excitement and trepidation. He knew he had stumbled upon a deep and complex mystery that would require all of his expertise as a ghost hunter, traveller, and priest of the paranormal. With renewed determination, he set out to find others who could help him uncover the truth behind the strange happenings in the small town and put an end to the eerie events that had been plaguing the community.